Shop Talk.
Hello and welcome to another edition of Shop Talk. We're out here today at East Wichita at Jat Hatfield Mobility with John Parida. John?
Nice to meet you.
Good to
Talk
see
a little
you.
bit about what we offer people and go from there. And
Yeah. Hey, tell me, how did the business get started? Give me a little bit of the history.
well, Jay started this business about 13 or 14 years ago. We've been in Wichita since 2007 at this location. Our corporate office is in Columbus, Kansas. He also has a Chevy Buick dealership over there. Some certified pre-owned lots in Columbus and Pittsburgh, Kansas. So we've got stores in Salina, Kansas, Lee Summit, Missouri, Columbus and Wichita are his mobility stores. So we're pretty much we've got the whole state of Kansas covered here. So we do a lot in Oklahoma and outside areas too. So
Okay, we see some of the vehicles. Tell me about some of the other things that you offer.
Well, what our logo is, our slogan here is we keep people moving. Whatever it takes as people get older or get hurt. A lot of times they'll have to go to wheelchairs or walkers and that. So we offer power wheelchairs, scooters, specifically to keep people moving in and out. Vans, so if they do have a power chair, wheelchair, they can just drive right into these vans and not worry about where they have to go, they just go. Vehicle lifts, we handle stair lifts for the homes. You think of it, what we do is just, our letter slogan says, we keep people moving. Whatever it takes to get them in and out of their vehicles, in and out of their homes, anything that has to do with handicap or accessible equipment.
You know, that has to be a big thing for them too, you know, giving them that freedom.
Oh yeah,
You know.
you just can't put a price on it. And a lot of people will say, well, we don't want to spend the money to do this or that, but after they stay in the house for 2 months and they haven't been out of the house, the first time they go back over and go to even McDonald's and get a sandwich, go to Home Depot and just get out of the house, they get their freedom back. You can see their life come back to some of these people because they're tired of sitting at home. There's no reason for them to sit at home with today's technology and the equipment that's out there for these people. It's kind of brings back their life to them.
Right.
Absolutely.
You mentioned technology. Let's take a look at this van
Absolutely.
here that you have.
That's what I want to show people, some of the options that we have here. And these vans are truly amazing in changing people's lives. This here is what they call a wheelchair accessible van. It's a side entry. This one here is a Dodge, or it's a Chrysler van with an Amerivan conversion, which basically the Amerivan is the converter that did the equipment, the adaptation to these vans. And they're right here in Salina, Kansas, so that's what we love about them. They're right here in our backyard also, so we can go to the factory. We have a store in Salina, and that's where these are built. So our communication with them is spot on. I mean, they know what we want, we know what they want, and our customers are the product, and they're the ones that benefit for all this.
Does that help with the service too?
Absolutely.
There's service afterwards?
If something is wrong, let's face it, these vans are electric. Sometimes there's little quirky stuff, so with them being right here in our backyard, we get replacement parts right now. Every manufacturer out there has recalls and everything like that, so it sure makes it easier when they're here.
Right.
We don't have to fight parts or anything like that. I'll show you how one of these vans works. This one here is a full electric one, so it's just a push button. You push the button if it's raining or something outside, you need to get to your van quick. You hit the button or you do it from inside the house. By the time you get out to the van, the door opens and the ramp comes down, and you can just drive right in it. It's pretty quick actually, and you stay a lot drier. You don't have to load your power chair up into the back or load the person up, then get the power chair in. Plus, when you can put your equipment inside, all these power chairs and scooters are electric, so they can't get wet. So if you can carry it inside the van, it's just that much better. You don't have to worry about your equipment getting ruined.
I noticed the whole van went down too.
So this one has what's called a kneel feature. So when the door opens and the ramp comes down, the van lowers itself, so the angle of this ramp is hardly anything. You can push a manual wheelchair up this ramp. It doesn't have to be a power chair. It can just be a manual wheelchair, and somebody's not trying to push overly hard or excessive. They can just wheel them right into the van. Pretty neat technology. And what they did when they did this van, is they cut 14 inches out of the floor. The floor height used to be right here, and they cut all this out of the floor. That way you got 56 inches of headroom. And the problem with a regular van is with the floor there and here, you can't get an individual through the door opening. Everybody just thinks they can just get right through the door opening, but they're going to get cut off at the neck. So that is part of this process. They had to cut the floor out. And like I said, it's all factory certified, so there's no messing up the warranty. You say, well, somebody else worked on the van. These are all factory certified, so Dodge, Chrysler, Toyota, they don't have a problem with a Maravan doing these vans. So you don't have to worry about your warranties on these either.
So it's nice too where someone in a wheelchair can actually go right into the driver's seat, basically.
Absolutely.
Or make that their driver's seat.
What I did here is I pulled the front seat out of these vans. These seats are on wheels. So on these ones here, you just step on a little lever and the wheels come down and you roll the seat right out. So this one is actually the passenger seat, the front passenger seat. I just rolled it out. So somebody in a wheelchair, if it's a couple, husband and wife, or they always want to sit next to each other. So rather than sit behind them, they can roll right in, sit right as the front passenger. The same thing on the driver's seat, that seat comes out also. So if somebody can't walk anymore, you take the front driver's seat out, they can roll right in their wheelchair, right up to the steering wheel, lock down, and they can drive from their wheelchair with hand controls and all that. So they don't have to transfer out of their chairs anymore.
Well, this is some amazing stuff, John. If people want to know more about it or want to come look at one of these, where do they go?
They can come here to 11922 East Kellogg in Wichita. We're on the east side, right across the street from Lowe's. Everybody knows where Lowe's is over here. But this is just the tip of the iceberg on what we offer in keeping people moving. There's a big world out there, and we'll explain it all to you. Jat Hatfield Mobility in Wichita, Kansas.
Thanks for joining us today, John.
Thank you.
And thank you for joining us.